Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the Fall 2023 Equity Incubator Final Showcase. Thank you all for joining us tonight. If you guys could all give a round of applause to our finalists for making it this far in the event. I want to invite our Executive Director, Dr. Ann Kademium, up to the front, and she talk to y'all for a minute. I'll invite Mark Stern from University Startups as well.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It is fabulous to see you all here. Welcome to the universities at Shady Grove and to the final showcase of what is the fourth cohort of our Lab for Entrepreneurship and Transformative Leadership's Amazing Equity Incubator Program. Welcome to all of our special guests who are with us tonight. Welcome and thank you to all of the faculty and staff who have worked with the entrepreneurs throughout the past 8 weeks. Thank you to our colleagues from University Startups. Special thank you to University Startups for the partnership. Been with us since the launch of the Equity Incubator. So thank you all so much. And welcome and thank you to all the mentors and the judges who have participated in this program over the past 8 weeks, including those who helped us with last week's rocket pitch round and tonight's showcase. I want to take a moment to introduce, we'll hear from them again, but I want to recognize our judges tonight. Special thanks to Jeff Galvin, to Jason Mischieri, to Kathy Bernard, and to Belinda Coleman. Thank you so much. We're honored to have you all here join us tonight, all successful entrepreneurs to be our judges tonight. I want to recognize one of our elected officials who's with us tonight. Councilmember Lori Ann Sales has joined us. Thank you. And a very special welcome to all the fantastic entrepreneurs. You saw them in the Brady Bunch skit here, who have participated in this exciting and innovative program. Welcome and a huge congratulations to all of our finalist teams that have emerged from last week's rocket pitch round and made it to tonight's showcase. So congratulations. All right, so tonight you don't have to sit at home and watch an old Shark Tank rerun on TV. Right here in this room, you will have a chance to see some fantastic pitches by 9 finalist teams, 3 from each of the Equity Incubators competition levels. We had the concept track, the scale track, and the advanced track. And given those 3 levels of competition, this fall, for the first time, we will be awarding 3 grand prizes to the 3 winning teams. Woo! Okay. So I want to give a very special recognition to our Maryland congressional delegation in securing nearly $1 million in federal funding that we were able to expand the program this fall to serve nearly 100 teams this fall, and we'll do another 100 teams in the spring. It's a huge increase from the previous cohorts in which we were able to serve 30 teams of startups. So 100, awesome. Let's say for our congressional delegation. I remember when Mark Stern came to my office and said, we could do 100 teams, Ann. What? We did it. All right. So although they were unable to join us this evening, we owe tremendous thanks to both of our U.S. senators, Senator Ben Cardin and Senator Chris Van Hollen, and to Congressman David Trone. And I'm not sure if we have some of their representatives here. I know Kevin Mack was going to join us. Is Kevin here tonight? No, not yet. Okay, we'll say hello to him when he comes in. So to the finalist teams that are about to compete for the grand prize awards, just let me say, you are all winners in my book, and there may only be 1 grand prize per track, but you all have already come so far and clearly have great things ahead for you. And what an amazing 8 weeks it has been for all the teams that began this journey to learn and grow and compete, to build a business idea or build the early success of their new business venture. All the teams that took part in this 8-week program are already winners beyond measure. Okay, now, if you give me a microphone, I'm usually going to talk about USG. Steve has given me some great notes here to say more about USG, but I don't want to keep everyone. So I'm just going to say one of the most unique campuses you will find in the United States, one campus where 9 university partners all come together in one place. And things like the Equity Incubator are possible. So we have, nine universities, one campus, some phenomenal results, and we're working very hard to grow the number of students we serve, to grow the pathways and the pipelines to fantastic jobs, great industries that are here represented by our many judges, by our judges, and by many of the employers here tonight. So we are working to build a deeper, richer, more affirming partnership with our employer community so that all of the students in the county who aspire to great careers, to be great entrepreneurs, can do that right here. So work with us. We love to have you all be part of what we're doing. So finally, I just want to say, the great thing about the Equity Incubator is that it's geared toward helping minorities and women to create, build, and scale their business ideas and ventures. It's about social justice, it's about community wealth building, it's about business success. And we're very, very proud to be part of this. Finally, I just want to say thank you to some of our team members here at Shady Grove. I want to recognize and say thanks to Richie Smith Andrews and her team for all the work that they've done to make this possible. I want to give a special shout out to Upmeet Atwal. Upmeet has stepped in under some pretty stressful, crazy change circumstances and has just been phenomenal. So thank you so much. Thank you. And also to Upmeet's team as well. I don't have all the names in front of me, but Pretty and Micah and Lynn and Alice. Okay, all right, let's get rolling. Let's do the Shark Tank. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Okay.
Next, we'll have Mark Stern from University Startups.
Wow, this is so cool. This is awesome. My dad used to always say to us when we're little, you either do or you don't, but time will still go by. He had a lot of Yoda in him. So you entrepreneurs in here, you're doers, right? 80% of all jobs created in Montgomery County will come through you or businesses just like you. But I got some news from you. Entrepreneurship is hard. You'll be up at 4 a.m. thinking about competition, customers, can I make payroll? And I got worse news for minority and female business owners. 97% of all venture capital won't go to you next year. So this is the brilliance of what Dr. Comedian and her team have built here at USG, is this is your home. This is where you can learn how to be great entrepreneurs. You can get support from mentors. We have office hours here every couple of weeks for USG and for businesses like you. This is the support that you need to help beat the odds. And I think what's also great is the community that you have now established with your colleague entrepreneurs. We were having pitch practice the other day, and one colleague said, hey, this is what I sell. Someone in the back, another entrepreneur said, hey, you should think about this. There's a great convention I think you should go to. That's what we're talking about. And that's what Dr. Comedian and her team have built here at USG. It is a special, special place for Montgomery County entrepreneurs, but especially for minority and female business owners that we know can be the catalyst for Montgomery County, not just over the next 6 months as we keep building out the entrepreneurship incubator, but for the next 6 years, 10 years, as we build out a diverse and inclusive community that we can all really be proud of here in Montgomery County. So University Startups is so proud to be affiliated and partner with USG and what USG is building in this community. We're here to support you, the entrepreneurs, build something awesome. And you're really just starting with this, but it does not end, okay? Please make sure to tap into the resources that USG is providing for you, all right? Enough of me, let's get rest of the good stuff. And so Upmeet, thanks so much.
Thank you. So just a quick shout out to my team, myself, Alice, Micah, O'Dallas, Pretty, and Lynn. They have been very helpful in getting us to where we are tonight. And I want to make sure that we acknowledge them. In the interest of time, because y'all ain't come here to listen to me, y'all came to listen to the finalists. I'm gonna zoom through the next few slides so we can get started. Really quick overview of Miss Belinda Coleman. You guys can give her a round of applause once more if you want. Miss Kathy Bernard. Mr. Jeff Galvin. And Mr. Jason Miskier. And here's a quick overview of who you guys are going to listen to tonight. And I'm going to start off with peace and prosperity. And as we get her slides pulled up, a few housekeeping notes. Please do not use this door for the rest of the night out of respect for the finalists. And if you do need to get up during pitches, please use the back doors. The bathrooms are directly outside of those back doors. I want to leave as little amount of distraction for our finalists this evening.
Hello, my name is Vincent Renner. I work with the Latino Economic Development Center in Washington, D.C., and I'm a leadership coach and business strategist, and have the honor of introducing Candy Duffy, owner and founder of Peace and Prosperity. Peace and Prosperity's mission is to provide people with diabetes and health issues with healthy and affordable treats and snacks, such as energy balls, cookies, and herbal teas, which I've all tried, and they're very delicious. I've had the pleasure of working with Candy since April 2023 on all aspects of her business plan. Her business is rooted in her own journey and conviction to bring healthier foods to all people and to underserved communities. As such, I've gotten to know Candy as a curious, innovative, and driven entrepreneur with a great product and a sense of purpose, all critical for a successful business.
Tried to do it on my own, but every time I tried, I fell down. Got sick and tired of all the pain. I knew I had to turn my life around.
This young lady is clinically obese and a pre-diabetic. Like many, she is growing up on excessive sugar, a lack of access to healthy and affordable treats, and a lack of physical activity. This is where I step in. That young lady is me. I'm Candy, owner of Peace and Prosperity, a startup Christ-led health and wellness company in the district. And our mission is to provide consumers with diabetes and other health concerns with healthy and affordable treats and services. Our products include energy balls and bars, cookies and herbal tea, and our services promote fun and fitness and cognitive crafting. We interviewed, researched, and tested our products at 3 farmers markets, 2 self-funded community outreach events in Ward 7 and 8, and school systems throughout the DMV. The business model we follow is business to consumer, retail, and fee for services. Our energy balls cost 18 cents to produce and retail for $1.67. Our herbal tea costs $1.67 and retail for $8.58. Since starting the program, we saw traction of 50%. At this rate, we should hit our target of 100K in 2024 by selling 60,000 energy balls and 12,000 teas annually. Excuse me. We learned that consumers will pay an average of $5 to $10 on healthy, guilt-free snacks. And in terms of services, we learned that individuals prefer double dutch, dancing, and childhood games over traditional gym workouts. We're often asked, what separates us from our competitors, companies like Revolve Snacks or Leela's Pure Goodness? And the answer is functionality and community involvement. We care. Whether it's showing up at birthday parties or dropping off groceries, we're there. We take traditional snacks and turn them into healthier alternatives by adding low glycemic ingredients and super and whole foods, keeping you fuller longer, blood sugar levels controlled, taste buds satisfied, and communities energized. With the prize money, we'll pay for additional startup costs, kitchen rental, and legal costs, and a food scientist to help enhance shelf life stability. Our vision is to have our services and products offered in communities, underserved communities near you, and school systems. So will you join me on this journey to a healthier and brighter future? It's where nourishment and fun allows you to experience a taste of heaven. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll start. So, since you're producing food as part of your business, are there regulatory barriers or, sort of legal considerations in order to mass produce some of the things that you're doing?
Yes. So I actually finished the program before this one, and they awarded me a commercial kitchen till the end of December. So I was able to get in a commercial kitchen, but I still have to complete my HACCP plan so that I can mass produce to people. And I already written it. I just need someone to review and just help me make sure it's finalized.
Besides the kitchen space, are you going to need other types of space, or is this all done up out in public markets and public places?
They're done in public markets and public places. Something that will help me will be a machine to help, because right now I do everything by myself. So a machine will help me, and that's what the prize money will go towards.
How long have you been doing this?
I started, well, my business, I got my LLC in January, but I didn't start like producing stuff till May or March.
And how have you done since then?
Right now my sales are about $2,000, and I do one market a week since I was in school from March to July, and then I started this program in September, I believe. So.
What's your goal? I mean, what are you shooting for?
I want to get in retail stores, and I want to have more corporate contracts. I want to turn my products into CPG products.
Do you have any contracts now?
Not currently. It's just me. I do everything from the slides to producing to making my labels, printing them out. I do everything myself.
Do everything, so you don't get much sleep.
I get sleep. I get sleep.
So what is your biggest need at the present? You're saying that you want to go to market, you want to get contracts. What if you could prioritize your three biggest wants or desires, what would they be?
So I really want to do more community outreach events. Over the summer, I did a community outreach event where I took my own money and I hosted the event for children and parents who had children who had diabetes or pre-diabetics. So I like doing that stuff a lot because I'm able to talk to kids who were like me growing up, and that's one of the things I want to prioritize. And the other thing will be getting my stuff into like Mom's Organic, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and I like catering for organizations and for like stuff that you guys had today.
I got what these cookies are. You can eat them. What is this? Is this just
It's a tea.
what?
It's tea.
This tea in there?
Yeah.
Try it.
It's my dear summer tea. It has lemongrass, hibiscus, peppermint, and orange peels, and lime
Is
juice.
this open or something?
No, it's a straw.
Sorry, I didn't get that one. Okay. How'd you know that?
I don't
Okay.
So, I'm a visionary, and I noticed the few products that you presented to us, but in your mind, do you plan on expanding on variety of items to be able to just, I guess, make you more valuable to the community in the area? Or you're just sticking to cookies and?
No, I have too many products, if I'm being honest, because it's a creative outlet for me. So I make cakes, I make cinnamon buns, but I do everything healthy because I'm a snacker and I love to snack. So no, this is just like the beginning.
Okay.
All right, y'all, give it up for peace and prosperity. Next up, we have Streamline Smart Sprinkler. We'll have their intro video come up and their walkout music as well.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're Streamline Smart Sprinkler System. My name is Renze.
And my name is Calix.
And here's the list of our co-founders and our advisor.
Earlier this year, over the summer, there was a 6-week drought that affected my family's farm. There were a lot of difficulties with the distribution to the water to the farm and to our house as we are on well water. We also had to manually turn on and off each irrigation zone, which was very time consuming as we live on 10 acres. Furthermore, through our research, we found that farms consume 70% of annual water usage, and 40% of that is lost due to hard-coded schedules, overspraying, and the difficulties of monitoring.
As a solution, we're dedicated to conserving and reducing wastewater by utilizing advanced sensor technology, which includes soil moisture sensors and tail sensors. We also offer a mobile app that gathers information from these sensors, as well as from weather stations to help us forecast weather patterns. Our team is comprised of passionate engineering students, guided by our technical advisor, Dr. Nestor Teclau.
We aim to have a one-time purchase fee when initially acquiring our product and use a data collection strategy to further enhance our understanding of the customer's needs.
Currently, there's limited small sprinkler systems available on the market. Companies like Irrigreen offer a system to residential users priced at around $2,000. In contrast, our target customers are small-scale farmers, and our price point is only $500. The market for small-scale farmers currently hasn't been explored yet, so there's a huge potential in this market.
As shown here, we had a survey that 33 people responded to. Of that, 73% of them were actually interested in purchasing our system, and 8 of them have left their contact information for further updates with our product.
As of now, we're working on synchronizing sensors and integrating them with traditional sprinkler heads. With the funding received, we will be able to complete building our prototype, being able to begin developing our app and our website, and start advertising our product.
Thank you. We are Streamline.
Can you hear? Oh, is it just the two of you?
And the third person, she unfortunately isn't here because she had an accident with rock climbing and broke her ankle. So there are 3 of us in total.
Doing one of your installations or anything?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Did they have the accident doing one of your?
Would like to think so.
What's your plan? How long do you think it'll take to get more customers?
So we haven't fully explored that option yet, but with the base of the 8 consumers or the 8 people that have left their information for us to contact, that'll be our starting point. And then furthermore, we can approach farmers markets and other conventions that were mentioned, so we can explore it on that route first.
How are you different than other people that do this?
So currently, there's limited options for farmers, small-scale farmers typically, for them to have a product that they can use to automatically water their farms, their crops. So this will be the only product on the market.
So your customers are just farmers?
small scale farmers and potentially residential users.
Are there a lot of farmers around here?
Around this area, not much, but we're looking at the whole United States. There's about 2 million farmers and over 90% of them are small scale farmers.
I'm ready, sure. I might not have quite understood a couple of the slides that I saw. It looked like you did a survey, and did people say what they were willing to pay for that or what they thought it would cost? Is that what those numbers were that were next to that pie chart?
Yeah, it's a price that our customers are willing to pay.
For like one sprinkler or for a whole system or what?
For a single sprinkler head and a controller.
With the controller, okay. And is that how it's always sold in a pair like that? Like every sprinkler has its own controller?
Depends on how big the farm is or how big is your backyard. If you have 10 acres, you might need a couple more sprinkler heads. But the central controller, you only need one.
Oh, so one controller could do many sprinkler heads. And then I saw another one where you were saying sort of typical price of $500 versus the $1,900 of your, competitor, I guess that is.
Mhm.
Yeah. Versus $300, which is sort of typically spent by small farmers or by, because $300 for a sprinkler system doesn't sound ridiculous at the house even, right?
So $300, it's typically multiple sprinkler heads with a controller, like just typical. Doesn't have those mobile apps or
Right.
schedules that comes with it. It's just you
Mhm.
have to manually close, turn and off the system. So it's a lot of the labor and then time consuming.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think that you could, scale this in a way where it would be good for people's gardens and stuff like that? I mean, where you could reduce it down to a minimal system and it might be popular in residential areas as well?
Yeah, that was actually brought up to us actually earlier today. There was a mention about actually using it for community gardens and cities. So that
Mhm.
wasn't something that we originally thought of, and that was a fantastic idea. And furthering down the line, that would be something definitely on our agenda to make it smaller and more affordable for those community gardens.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that you're not at a price point, as a homeowner, you spend a lot of money on, watering and overwatering and underwatering and replacing plants and stuff like that. $500, it may not be completely out of sight, even for, just an ordinary residential application, just a little feedback from a homeowner. And I think people are interested in conserving water as well. So there's sort of a do-good aspect of this. And especially if you could scale it down where you could do it profitably, more in the range of that 300 or whatever, there might be a big market there. It might be easier to address because smaller people making smaller purchases, especially through advertising and stuff like that, or social media or whatever, you might get more customers that way. Thanks.
So
Anybody else?
Thanks.
All right, and we'll get ready for our last concept track finalist, Renova. And we'll give them a minute or two to get the slides up and the video running.
Hello, everybody. This is my business, Renova, a better way to live. She is Ana Maria, an Hispanic housewife who is facing a marriage separation. She was in a deep depression because she is living alone in a new country. And she was looking for someone who can help her to face or address her problem in her own language. And our customer target is the Hispanic Latino community living here in the United States. What is the problem we are trying to solve? There are specific mental health concerns about specific factors and barriers that the Hispanic community is facing alone, as you can see in the pictures. And the solution we are proposing is an online wellness center where the customer can come and find a professional who can help them to face or address their problem in their own language. This is our business model. It's a peer-to-peer, something like Uber or DoorDash. We earn a commission over each service or transactions, and we will donate part earnings to a nonprofit organization. This is our monthly revenue projection. We are expecting to earn by the 10-month, $80,000 monthly. And what's the difference between us and the competition? We're gonna have flexible scheduling. We're gonna be low cost about the peer-to-peer business model. We're gonna have the professional areas. We're gonna be bilingual, and we're gonna develop a phone application. This is our team. Carlos Douglas Leiva, that's me, the founder, and I am an MBA. Carla Bandek, the co-founder, and she's a human resource expert. Carolina Gomez, the digital marketing coordinator, and Moises Argueta, the software developer. We already did some prototypes and experiments, and from the data that we got from the survey and the customer interview, we built the MVP model that was shown to the customers, and they were really excited to know when we're gonna start the business. What's the next steps? We're gonna create the LLC company. We're gonna start the development of the digital platform. We're gonna do the marketing campaign plan. We're gonna start the recruiting and hiring of the professional staff. We're gonna launch our marketing campaign. And for July 24, we are expecting to launch our business. Thank you very much. This is Renova, a better way to live. If you want, you can scan our QR code and book an appointment. Thank you.
Could you elaborate a little bit more? I kind of understand, but just for the audience, the benefit of someone being able to speak to an individual or expert in their language. Like you said, the app is for their particular language, right? Just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
about if I understood you.
Yeah, I am trying to understand what's the benefit to be bilingual?
Well, did you say that the people that they reach out to about the people they reach out to are bilingual? Is that what you're saying?
Okay. The thing is, there are 62 million of Hispanic people living here in the country. And just the 6% of them have access to mental health care.
Got it.
Why? Because there are not enough professionals who can speak Spanish. And that's why I am looking for professionals that can speak Spanish to attend the 94% of the Hispanic community that is not being attended for the government.
Got it.
Seems to me I've seen some advertisements for maybe something called bettersomething.com but it's a similar idea that it's an API to match psychologists with people that need services. So I think this is a clever idea to do that for the Latino community or, for folks that don't speak English. I could see immediately that would be valuable. The other thing that seems that is important here, and I want to tell you about your business, but I will ask a question, I promise. The other aspect is that, am I reading this correctly, that this will be a virtual online place where you will meet face-to-face on your cell phone or computer with an expert who will help you through some of these either crises or questions or, decisions in your life?
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna have an expert team behind me, helping me in this business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that means that you can get them from anywhere in the country. That's a good thing, right? Because the people that are in need are probably distanced from where the expertise is, and it's a little less dense in the United States than, say, US people that speak English, right? So, that sounds like this has even got some additional compelling elements to it on top of, what would be the English equivalent. Do you think it'll be challenging for you to find enough people to man the phone lines or the video call lines to, be the psychologists? Have you studied that area at all in terms of, how you would find those people and how, how many of them there are out there?
Yeah, I already have an human resource expert. She have more than 10 years hiring and recruiting personnel. We're gonna develop the profile of the professional that we need. And we are looking for professional in countries like El Salvador, Nicaragua, Latin American countries. And there are a lot of professionals that are able to attend people in English or Spanish. And we're gonna develop the profile that makes sense to our business, okay?
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. I hadn't thought of that, but it's legal. Sure. Yeah. Is it legal to do it remotely like that across country borders?
I am having a mentoring with the Latino Economic Development Center. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a meeting with them and we're gonna check of all of this stuff like license of all of the rules that I have to follow.
People are gonna have to self-identify that they're depressed or have mental issues, is that right?
Sorry?
People that have mental issues, they have to self-identify. I mean, they have to recognize their own issues, I take it.
Yeah, we are trying to help people with maybe problems like discrimination, traumas, and some people is having, because we already made a survey asking if you are having thoughts about the suicide, and we are trying to help this kind of people because the Latino Hispanic living here, they are living alone. They left their family in their country and they are suffering. They don't say nothing, but they are suffering. And we are trying to help this kind of people with this kind of problem. And the language is a big barrier for them because some of them say, I would like to have another job, but I can speak English. We're gonna have psychologists, we're gonna have nutritionists, and we're gonna have English teachers too in our business. That's why it's a wellness center with multi-professional areas.
My only question, you demonstrate passion in this effort. What drives this passion? Did you have a personal experience or being a business owner, you have to be passionate and committed? You are very much so, but sometimes it's driven from a personal experience. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, thank you. It's because there is a lot of factors. I am Hispanic, and when I came to this country, I had to work with a lot of Spanish, and I was hearing their concerns, And I am a professional, and I was thinking, how can I help my community? And I am engineer in software too, and I thought I can use my knowledge helping my people. And this is the way. And I was managing a business like related to the health in my country. And I use all of this knowledge to build this business. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So give it up one more time for our three finalists from the concept track. We're about to move forward to the three finalists from the scale track next. We're going to pull up their stuff.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So, by a show of hands, this is optional. Thank you. By a show of hands, this is optional. How many of you all have been directly or indirectly affected by the opioid crisis? Opioids currently are being used for painkillers by 8 million Americans across the country. Out of those 8 million Americans, 3 million of them have become addicted. This is where Juice Joint steps in, where we have our mantra, we choose plants over pills. We are a CBD infused beverage company. CBD is short for cannabinoid. Everybody in this room has an endocannabinoid system as it relates to anxiety, inflammation, pain, and sleep. In 2021, we were recognized by Rolling Stone magazine as the #1 minority-owned business to support during 420. And of course, when you get this type of visibility from Rolling Stone, your sales go up and you are permanently stamped as the trusted brand in the cannabis industry. The team consists of my wife and I. My wife, Crystal, she's the founder and CEO. She's a Johns Hopkins graduate, and her background is in biotech and the pharmaceutical industry. My background is marketing and advertising, graduating from Lincoln University. Our business model, we are an e-commerce business setup. We have B2C and B2B business opportunities. We have a robust wholesale program where you have to order a minimum amount in order to be approved. Also, there are a lot of competitors in this industry, a lot of cannabis-infused beverages, but there's only one 100 milligram full spectrum CBD fruit juice on the market, and that is Juice Joint. So in short, are you looking for a 5 milligram Tylenol or a 100 milligram Tylenol? That's how we look at it. And we purposely set it up that way to differentiate ourselves from everyone else. To date, we've generated more than $600,000 in sales. We've served over 20,000 customers. We're constantly on the road exhibiting at different conventions, seminars, pop-up shops, you name it. Anywhere we can get in front of people and put the product in their hands is where we need to be. Because in the cannabis space, we can't do any Google ads, we can't do Instagram ads or Facebook. So our product is really word of mouth and getting the product into an individual's hand and gaining their trust that way. Our retail price for our CBD line is $10 a bottle. It costs us $2 to make the product, which gives us an $8 profit or 80% profit margin. Our hemp-derived THC line retails for $20 a bottle. It costs us $2.50 to create them, and it gives us a profit of $17.50, which is an 88% profit margin. Moving forward, we're heavy on cannabis education. We believe that the stigma of this plant has gone on for way too long because there's a plant for every ailment that the human body has. We are also friends of returning citizens. We would like to bring them on board so we can show them the industry, show them how they can make a space in the industry, especially since many were harmed by the war on drugs. And lastly, my wife and I are looking to hire a full-time staff to help us with the marketing, the sales, and the outreach in the community, because right now it's just her and I. So will you join me in helping Juice Joint become the Coca-Cola of cannabis beverages so we can help change the world one bottle at a time? Thank you.
What is your ultimate goal with this product?
My ultimate goal is to become the trusted brand and the leader in the industry of cannabis-infused beverages by making sure that we release quality products. We have COAs and QR codes on all of our bottles, so you can see there's no pesticides, there's no metals. Everything is tested out perfectly. No one has ever lost their job. No one has ever tested hot. No one has ever not been able to handle business on a day-to-day basis while using our products. And we believe that through the plant, we could change the world and help reduce that 3 million addicted down to 0.
Do you plan on doing like wholesale prices for businesses that would like to carry this product?
Yes, we do have a robust wholesale program where you have to order a minimum of $500 worth of product. We ship via UPS across the country, and we cover all the shipping costs regarding for our wholesale vendors.
The pricing that you showed before, the $10 and the $20, is that for a single bottle?
Yes, it's $10 for a single bottle.
Wow, that's a lot of money, but people are, the dogs are eating the dog food. It sounds like with $600,000 in sales.
Yes, and also with market research, the $10 a bottle for 100 milligrams full spectrum is a deal. A lot of companies have 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams, 20 milligrams for $6. We offer 100 milligrams for $10 in a multi-dose bottle, so you get 4 servings out of each bottle.
Oh, and that's what people do is they will drink like a quarter of a bottle for.
They'll drink about a third or a quarter of the bottle. We often have customers pour it in an ice cube tray. That way they can blend it in smoothies and have it with whatever they're drinking.
And finally, do you feel like the legal situation nationally is amenable to continuing this business? Do you see any, sort of potential, I don't know, problems in the future with certain states outlawing it, some federal action or anything like that? Or is this clearly now, kind of the Wild West of CBD?
Well, on the CBD side, there really aren't any pressing regulations regarding production and sale of it. It's really about keeping the THC level low so no one has any psychosis when they are consuming these products. The state of Maryland, they don't have any kind of jurisdiction over processing of hemp. So we've really been able to work with our co-packer here and produce these bottle lines so that the world, the world can have it. And quality assurance is big on our end because we have to be careful with liability. So we often educate folks on start off with a shot, start low and slow. That way you can always work your way up if needed.
So you can't advertise, you have to use social media?
We can use social media and post pictures of the products, but we can't make any medical claims. So I can't stand up here and say, my product does this, my product does that, because then I'm making a medical claim and the FDA will come after us. Therefore, getting the product in front of people, letting them try it, getting testimonials and things like that. I can screenshot it and post it on our page. I just can't say Juice Joint will help you if you have this ailment, because then that's an issue with the FDA.
And your market is the whole country?
Anybody with any type of ailment, pain, inflammation, anxiety, sleep, that's our market. We have customers who are 21. We have customers who are 80 years old. We have customers that have trouble sleeping. We have customers with fibromyalgia. We have customers with multiple sclerosis, and they don't want to rely on narcotics and painkillers to help them get through. So what we offer is a alternative, plant-based medicinal product.
And you can send it, so you can't advertise, but you can send this all over the
I
country?
can ship it all over the country. They go on our website, they can see some information regarding CBD. We also have pamphlets and brochures that we send out with every order. So the educational part is there. And so, and also I answer my phone 24/7. I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm always answering questions, always helping our customers understand exactly what the product is, and that, you can share it with others and you won't lose your job, because that's the biggest thing.
How are you currently producing your beverages?
We have two co-packers. One is in Cleveland, Ohio, operating under a hemp processing license. A co-packer is basically your manufacturer who puts the product in the bottles for you. I have a freight company that brings it here to Maryland. We store it in our warehouse. For our THC line, we have a co-packer in Baltimore that handles all of our packaging, labeling, everything.
Okay, so the profit numbers that you showed, was that taken in consideration all those other costs?
Yes, that takes into consideration all those costs.
It's a very high profit. That's
Yes,
good.
it is.
I might need to come with you, buddy.
Let's talk.
All right, give it up.
Thank you all.
Next up, we have Fully Bloomed coming up.
Good evening, everyone. By quick show of hands, who here has ever written in a journal to help with their mental health? Now keep your hands raised only if you journaled today. Saw a lot of hands in the room go down. Did you know that a study found participants diagnosed with depression who journaled had decreased levels of depression by 29%? And I can bet that many of you who struggle on where to get started in journaling and how to stay consistent are needing a solution. My name is Destiny Gale, and I am the founder of Fully Bloomed, a wellness brand that's addressing the critical gap in the wellness space for journaling experiences through journaling workshops. I'd like to present you this, Fully Bloomed Fest. Fully Bloomed Fest is an event that will serve 230 individuals on a full day of journaling, yoga, and meditation to help elevate mental health and provide individuals with a seamless way to integrate self-care into their reality. We have a blended business model of business to consumer and B2B. It's how we've been able to touch hundreds of lives individually and corporate employees. Accessibly priced in-person events are how we stand apart from our limited competitors in this industry who rely on virtual Zooms or exclusive events at astronomical rates. Journaling is a tool everyone should have access to, and that's our mission. I've been running this business for 4 years, dedicated to transforming the act of journaling from a dreaded chore to the most treasured part of your daily routine. but we're standing on the brink of our next growth stage. And with his investment, I'm looking forward to adding to the team. We've held our journaling workshops far and wide with some really remarkable traction. In the past 8 weeks of this incubator program alone, we have tripled our corporate clients, working with notable companies like WeWork and Mindspace. We were also required to do 11 customer interviews to complete this incubator, and we conducted 32. Through these interviews, our community has validated the need and desire for longer wellness events centered around journaling. Fully Bloom Press brings this to life. Our most recent public event earned us a 100% recommendation rate, and our community is rapidly growing from here. Journaling has never been an entree in the wellness world. It's always a side dish, and we're here to change that. We've bootstrapped our way into integrating journaling into the lives of over 200 people in the past 2 years. And with Fully Bloom Fest, we're matching that number in just 1 day. By bringing this event to life, we're equipping individuals with the real tools they need for their mental health. Our projected gross revenue for 2024 is $113,000, with plans to reach $1 million in 5 years. Let's work together to bring journaling into the hands of those who need it most. Thank you.
So is what you sell these books?
Yes, we do have our own journal line, but what we're posing here is our journaling workshops, which is our service.
What do you charge for a workshop?
$45.
Do you have a lot of people that do it?
Absolutely.
So you teach them how to journal?
Yes. So journaling, as you guys may know, is very intuitive, but so many people struggle with consistency, how to get started, what to write about. And so that's where I serve as an aid.
Well, how long are these classes?
Typically 1 hour, but with Fully Bloom Fest, it'll just be a full day, so about 6 hours long. So it'll be filled with journaling, yoga, meditation, a full wellness event.
And how much are these journals?
The journals are $22.
They're what?
$22.
To buy this?
Yes.
Okay.
Apologize if you mentioned it earlier, but what inspired you to do this?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've been journaling my entire life. Journaling is how I was able to publish my first poetry book. It's completely made of my journal entries. When I first started the business in 2019, I was simply e-commerce. I just wanted to sell journals. Through that time, I worked my way into 20 retailers across the country. And one day, one of my retailers actually reached out to me. She's like, you should host a journaling workshop at the shop. And to me, it didn't make sense because, again, I thought journaling was very intuitive. But as I considered her proposal, I thought about all my customers who would message me and say, hey, I love my journal, but I don't know what to write about. Hey, do you have any prompts? And I realized that I was a guide for people. And so we hosted the first journaling workshop, and it just completely changed my business model completely.
And journalism is, I guess, you can express yourself however you want.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you think about scaling this business and going beyond, you being critical in each one of these workshops or, answering the phones or, doing the blog yourself or whatever, you're going to do to train people, what sort of thoughts do you have about how you can figure out something that's reproducible and scalable?
So thank you for asking. So Fully Bloom Fest is not a one and done event. Our first event will be held in the beginning of 2024, in the summer of 2024, with a biannual event coming in the fall. But as we scale for our 5 years, in 2028, I have plans to host 8,000 attendees annually. So we want to be the Coachella for mental health and provide individuals with a safe way of, that's my mom. That's my mom. She's a customer, but it's my mom. We want to provide individuals with a safe space. And so also our journaling workshops are meant to equip your mental health toolkit and walk away, but we have people to come back over and over again, whether that's because they filled up their journal already or they're just loving the community. I've seen people build group chats on their own and have accountability partners and just come back time and time again because they're surrounded by like-minded individuals who really want to grow.
So have you thought about how technology might also be integrated with what you're doing to help scale it or to, reach a wider audience more conveniently? I mean, we're all, I'll just, throw a straw man out there. We're all carrying our cell phones and we can literally talk to them and they'll journal for us, right?
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you're thinking about alternative ways of keeping these journals?
That's a really great question. So to that point, we really push pen to paper. You can type things all day long, but pen to paper is where it really gets in the memory base stronger. And in terms of scaling, again, I want to scale to 8,000 attendees in 4 years. However, our competitors are doing Zooms, they're doing online retreats and things like that. But I noticed that what my community loves is community. They want to touch your hand, they want to see you, they want to have conversations. You can't do that through Zoom. We all learned that through COVID. No one wants another Zoom. So.
Give it up for Fully Bloom. So next up is our last finalist in the scale track, Vesa Innovations. After she goes, we're gonna have a brief 5-minute break for those of y'all that need to use the bathroom, grab some more snacks outside, and then we'll get to the advanced track 5 minutes after the break.
So this is my son, and this is the problem I faced with him every time I needed to feed him. I was truly at a loss, and there was nothing on the market that provided an option for him to sit in a position he was most comfortable in and be properly supported. I'm Karen Goodman-Massey, founder of Vesa Innovations. We're a health-focused, disruptive baby consumer products company and creator of the first ever sit-to-stand convertible high chair. We've developed this in conjunction with pediatric specialists and will help mainstream families as well as those with physical and developmental challenges. The global high chair market is projected to be at $1.78 billion by 2031. We'll go D2C, and then as we scale, we're going to look at going business to business as well, which I can talk more about after this. Our first year in production will sell 1,679 units at a price point of $349 for a 73% gross margin. For the same price as other luxury high chairs on the market, we are selling a more dynamic, versatile product. And while some of our competitors include Lalo and Stoka, there are no other high chairs on the market that convert from sit to stand, as you're seeing here, and no other weight-bearing foot platform within the confines of a high chair. This will truly disrupt the market. Our team consists of high-profile entrepreneurs, as well as those with multiple exits, and I personally have 20 years of experience in entertainment and advertising industries running operations. We've onboarded Nottingham Spurk. They're a premium development partner in the manufacturing and development space that will help us get to market within 9 to 11 months. They took Little Tikes from 600,000 to 600 million and also returned 475 million back to investors after they sold an oral care line to Procter & Gamble. So this has been our biggest development since this incubator. So traction, we're patent pending in the US and internationally. We raised over $81,000 to date between investors and successful crowdfunding campaigns. We're building out our prototype. We've onboarded an additional advisor whose former company was acquired by Ring and who has 127 patents to his name. And we've obtained market validation by surveying over 400 potential customers and will continue to do so as we build out our prototype. So if we were to receive the funds from this incubator, that would go directly into building out our initial prototype. That's something that would significantly help us move forward and continue to prove market validation. So take a minute and envision an eco-friendly company driven to improve parent and child wellness and revolutionize the market. This is Vesa. Thank you so much.
So in my business, we have a lot of patents. So I'm really curious about what on that is patented or your patent.
The good news is that, so we're patent pending in the US and internationally, and a bulk of the claims that we're waiting to hear back from, specifically, let me go back to the, let's see, we can go just to this slide, I guess. So this is, as I mentioned, it's the first ever weight-bearing foot platform within the confines of a high chair, which is covered. The mechanisms by which this will operate are covered. This was actually done in conjunction with, when I had my successful crowdfunding campaign, we onboarded an engineer and industrial designer to get us to this point. It did not look like this initially, and it will still probably change 20 times. But the actual conversion is covered. We're trying to go as broad as we can to cover ourselves against competitors like Stoka and Lalo and some of like Peg Perigo and whatnot. So we heard back from our from the International Patent Office with some really good news. And
Our attorney believes it to be pretty defendable, so we're just waiting. US Patent Office takes a lot longer. So we're just waiting for their feedback and hopefully we can secure it in Q1 of this coming year.
But you have your provisionals in there with your
Oh, yeah.
priority dates and all that.
Yes.
And what about it sounded like you're hiring a company that's going to produce these for you, and it almost sounds like they're a marketing company as well.
Nottingham, so in the last, I would say, year and a half, I've met with a lot of different development companies who can help you just be a partner to build this out. They're the only one who really has the most proven success and has the connections and the know-how to really get me at least to soft launch. And so they have over 1,400 commercialized patents with a 95% success rate and also $50 billion in generated revenue for their clients, and have really, we're in contract with them right now to secure just working together. Our attorneys are just trying to work it out right now.
And you feel like this is an organization and a contract that will assure that they don't just sort of grab your idea and.
Oh, yes, yes,
you know.
yes. And I have 4 attorneys to help with that.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good. I think a lot of, once you're at the stage, I think your contracts and your patents are
Yes,
very
and
important.
yes. And we're hoping to leverage the patent for future lines of products. And we also have another, I can't go into too much detail right now, but it's a tech-enabled type of stroller that we would roll out next.
How are you marketing it?
So right now, we have a social media presence online right now, but we have to be a little bit mindful as we go into the market. But because of my past experience in the entertainment and advertising space, we're in talks with various celebrities and influential women and people in the space to help get the word out before we're really ready. So that, meaning once we're ready to launch, we'll already have our ducks in a row to get to that point. So collaborations, partnerships, social media, press, different connections with the news channels and all that.
So you talked about your son had
Mhm.
trouble sitting. What makes this different? Other than it's taller.
So what makes it different is there's no other height chair where a child has the choice to be able, has a positional choice. And by what's been a really interesting over the last year, one of my board members, she's an occupational physical therapist an occupational therapist in the pediatric world. There's a really interesting need to help those that have autism, developmental disabilities. We're in talks with gastroenterologists to understand how it can really help kids' digestive systems by just having that choice. And so that's why, I actually forgot what the initial question was, but it's really been fascinating to see the types of people that we can really help through this, not only mainstream families, but those that could be developmentally challenged and or neurodiverse.
How was it packaged and what's been assembled? Like,
So we're still working through those details
Okay.
because it hasn't fully, so that's what some of the funds would help with, because I wrote initial prototype, but it would be what they call alpha prototype, which is a very basic prototype so that I can just touch and feel, continue to gain market validation, gain some more analysis and move forward to the next step and then really fine tune from there.
Excuse me. You may have said this, so when is your
Sure.
projected soft launch of your?
So it will take 9 to 11 months once our contract is solidified with Nottingham. Mhm. Oh, that's it.
I'm sure moms and parents will thank you.
Yes, I'm providing sanity.
So last up is our advanced track. We have 3 finalists in the advanced track as well. Our first finalist is going to be Bonjour Waffles. We're getting her set up right now.
Bonjour. Here you go. Thank you. My name is Irene, and I'm the owner of Bonjour Waffle LLC. We specialize in authentic gourmet Belgian waffle. Judges, let me ask you, when you think of waffle, what comes in mind? Strictly breakfast, right? In Europe, waffle is a sweet treat that can be enjoyed all day long. Anytime is the right time to waffle. What makes us unique is that we offer fresh baked waffle with the authentic waffle experience. In Europe, where I spent 3 months being trained, I was able to gain access into the original recipe. And today we are able to consistently serve the same taste all across our few locations. Our 20,000 plus customer indulge themselves in our fresh waffle with the opportunity to customize and graft their own masterpiece with our large selection of topics. Orders are made on demand, and they are perfect for breakfast, snack, lunch, brunch, wedding cake, you name it. Unlike our competitor, we do not store nor sell frozen waffle full of preservative and chemical. Our solution is fresh. In addition, we also offer ready-to-bake dough for busy family to enjoy in the comfort of the home. From our food truck to our few locations, we have built an effective streamlined process, and that has sparked a lot of interest to franchising. Our customer can get our fresh waffle in our store, online, or delivery. On our website, they can book us for catering events or sign up with classes, baking with Irene. Bonjour Waffle is growing. From our food truck to our model location, we are profitable. We were able to go from 4,500 customers in 2021 into over 20,000. And this incubator program has helped us to even increase our visibility. It cost us about $1.75 to make our waffle dough, and our price range are around $6.99 to $14.99. Our profit margin is 43, going up, and we estimate to end the year with a little bit over 200K. We are on a mission to bring this delicious, authentic waffle to all the waffle lovers in the United States, and we can only achieve that through franchising. That is why the funding that we receive today, we go towards franchising cost fee and also finding strategic partners that have experience in growing businesses. So, judges, who wants to join me? Let me say, who wants to waffle with me? And together, we can elevate the waffle experience. Thank you.
I think you bring something good to mind stating that waffles are a treat all day long. I do think of breakfast when I think of waffles, but just to know that you've grown from a food truck to a store. And why franchise? Why do you want to franchise it?
Why I want to franchise?
Why do you want to franchise it? Have you done any research or studies to show what the profitability would be in doing that?
So why I want to franchise is because our customer base is really increasing. Right now, because we built an effective streamlined process, right now I have 2 candidates that are waiting to be franchised. And we want to franchise because, again, our mission is for everyone, waffle lover, to taste our product. They are delicious and they are just wow. Yeah. And I met with a company, sorry, the second part of your question. I did meet with a company here in Maryland. I believe it's called Pro Franchising. We had a meeting with them. They went through our numbers and everything. And we will be the first waffle company to franchise here in Maryland, and will definitely be profitable if we do that. Yes. To do the authentic Liège waffle, we don't here in Maryland, but one of my competitors, I would say, would be IOP because they also serve fresh waffle, but it's nothing to taste like the one I do. Yes.
So as you know, I'm in the restaurant business, and I would say this is a very tasty waffle.
Thank you.
I also like the fact that you can play with the waffle in so many different ways. And as you can see, which makes you very marketable. I'm a foodie, and I actually have a very good waffle as well. It's a lot lighter, but I'm not looking to do it at this level. This is just for one of my locations. But I think you have something very good here. You should also look into, as you know, carnivals, they come around all the time. This is a product that if you had in the carnival, they would eat this up.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's-
are.
Yeah. So congratulations, and I think it's a great idea.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm not familiar with the food business, but is 42% gross margin going to be sufficient? How does that compare to, you know, other types of like, seems to me the ultimate is like a Starbucks model where, you know, your cost is like 10 cents and you're charging $2.50 for the smallest version, right? And people are in and out like that,
Mhm.
right? So how's it working out for you? Like if you do franchise this, have you run all the models to see, okay, how much will a franchisee be able to, you know, pay themselves, you know, and make a living at this?
Yes, we actually did. And we did. And the other thing that we also did is after we sat down with the company, we run the numbers. While we noticing, as you can see on this slide, as we opening more store, our customer base increasing and it's almost doubling. So we'll know for sure that once the people taste our apple, they will fall in love with it.
And does it, when it scales, do you, does your gross margin increase?
It does increase, yes, yes. Because when we first started with the food truck, we were only doing event, carnival and things like that. But once we open our second and third store, we'll see the increase, yes.
I have one question. Is that the batter, right? Is that the batter there? that you
Yes.
Sell it?
We do
It's
offer fresh, yeah. We offer
Okay.
fresh batter to go. Customer can order online. They can have a delivery or pick up in any of our location. And we also offer our liège dough that customer can take home and waffle with the
Impressive.
family.
Got it.
You have 2 locations,
Currently, yes.
but then you also want to do a food truck?
I started with food truck and I still have the food truck, yeah. I have a food truck and the 2 locations.
The food truck moves around?
Yes.
How large is your staff, your team?
We are a staff of about 9 people right now.
So do you have any plans to open any additional locations in the area?
Yes, I want to open at least 2 more additional because I've noticed each time I'm opening, I'm getting better at it. So I want to open at least 2 or 3 more before I really know the concept, be the perfect on it, and then launch it out.
Give it up one more time for Bonjour Waffles.
We can talk at the end.
We're gonna move on to our next finalist, the laundry basket.
Okay. So let me paint you a picture. July 2022. I'm standing in Veronica's living room. There are clothes everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So as she's talking to me, I'm picking up clothes off of the floor. And she says to me how tired she is, how busy she is, and how she hates doing laundry. And I see that she is buying new clothes instead of washing the clothes that she has, which of course is going to create more laundry. So she looks at me and she says, I wish someone would come and take all this laundry and wash it. And at that moment, I got my wings and I became a fairy god. I looked at her and said, I'll grant you that wish. And my side hustle was born. However, to my surprise, my side hustle has turned into a full-time enterprise. We have been growing with lots of different clientele. And as you can see, we have 3 times our revenue since last year. We are a team of 6. We have 2 drivers, 2 laundry attendants, a seamstress, as well as a virtual assistant. We have a fleet of vans. We have maintained a 5-star Google rating from the beginning, and we also have a 94% retention rate. And we work with so many amazing organizations like Southern Management Luxury Properties, the Hyatt Regency, Howard County government, Prince George's County government, and our beloved USG. We also are a subcontractor on a government contract, and we service 3 military bases, including the Pentagon. We have our federal trademark, and we've also been featured on ABC News. Now, these companies and communities have been so good to us, so we have to give back. So we work with local nonprofits, and as they get clothing donations, we launder them and then we deliver them to homeless shelters. So I'm Hyacinth, and I'm the owner of the Laundry Basket. We and subscription-based mobile laundry and dry cleaning delivery solutions servicing the greater DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia area. So we are committed to liberating busy individuals and families from the stress, frustration, overwhelm that comes with doing that dreaded household chore of laundry so that you can have joy and peace and do the things that you value. Okay, studies show that doing laundry is one of the top 2 most dreaded household chores. That means that most people would rather get down on their hands and knees and wipe urine from the back of their toilet than fold the clothes that are in their dryer. That same study also shows that the average American spends 250 hours a year doing laundry, and only 36% of households actually have personal access to a washer and dryer. So yes, we have competitors, but who really wants a random stranger folding your underwear in their basement? So you want to leave that to a trusted professional. But one of the things that makes us different is that we like to say we service the whole closet. Not only do we do next day wash and laundry, we do dry cleaning, alterations, pressing, and closet organization. So we make you look good. No more dirty clothes, wrinkled clothes, missing buttons, broken zippers. We handle all of that. And so our pricing is very transparent. Thank you. So our pricing is very transparent. So we have a subscription model that we affectionately call our Wash, Rinse, and Repeat program. And so for $69 a month, it is very convenient, a few taps, and they can just sit back, relax, and put their feet up, and we'll do the rest. And I will mention that subscription services is a $2.3 trillion industry, and almost 96% of US households have at least one subscription. So with funding, we can accelerate our expansion. Oh, Dallas, you put me down. Okay. Go.
First question is, what slides did we miss?
Oh, thank you. And it was real quick. I was going to say, right now we service hundreds of people across the DMV, but with your support, we can support thousands of clients across the country. Thank you.
Okay. Now, a harder question. How did you pick out your pricing? For instance, can you double your prices? Would people still love it? And how does this relate to the amount of laundry you're doing? Because, man, family of 6, $64 a month, right? $10 each. I don't know how you're going to make any money off of that, but it's like, it won't be hard to sell.
Well, as I said, it starts at $69.99.
Yeah.
So $60.99 is for 2 bags. We do 2, 4, 6, and 8, and we also have packages with dry cleaning on top of it as well. So it can go up to like $200. And of course, we do organization, so it can go up to $400 and $500. So this is just the base. So this may be just a single person.
And you said you don't want, somebody that you don't trust or know, or, folding your underwear in their basement. Okay, that makes sense. But how are you branding yourself differently? Do you have like a personal relationship with every customer that you have? Is that how this, your original customer obviously trusts you. You're like friends, you're like hanging at her house. But how are you going to expand that, and how will you brand yourself?
So we do a unique combination of personalization and innovation. So we have a very robust platform that was built out for us where we're able to customize and personalize for each client, and they really love that. And yes, we also are a face behind the brand. So yes, for the first clients, yes, they do get to see me. But we also are in the community as well. So we're doing different things in the community. So we're not a nameless brand that's just out there. And we built a lot of relationships, as you can see, in the past 15 months.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how you scale that. And I think if you go to the right neighborhoods, you could increase your price substantially above what you're doing there. I don't know what a bag of clothes is, but if it's not a baggy, like a Ziploc bag of clothes, I think there's room in there. If you go to the right neighborhoods with people who also don't like to do their laundry, if the DOD doesn't like to do it, if the Hyatt doesn't like to do it, you better believe that, Potomac doesn't like to do it either.
I honor that. Thank you.
I just want to give you some encouragement. I think it's different. I've never heard of it before, but I think that there are consumers out there that would take advantage of that opportunity. So service. So thanks.
Thank
I remember last year you were a beginning group
Yes.
and it was just you.
Yes.
So it's actually impressive to see how it's grown.
Thank you.
What are your plans? So now you have 6 employees, I think
Yes.
you said. What is your looking?
Oh,
Yeah.
global domination. So our plan is to, definitely penetrate deeper into the areas that we are. So we actually want to hit more pockets in Maryland, because we're in Maryland, DC, and Northern Virginia, that we currently only have like a few clients, and kind of build that up. But our goal is to expand. Our goal is to offer linen and uniform supply. Our goal is to have some type of merch as well. So we have different plans coming up.
Are some people difficult because they're in terms of how they like their laundry or how they like it folded or whatever?
Well, yes. So we get a lot of personalization, but that is what makes us different. So some people need their gym clothes to be air dried. Some people need this to be folded. Some people need this to be pressed. Some people need, different types of detergents, but that's what makes us different. The fact that we are able to accommodate that. We're an on-demand service. We're open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And so we give people the convenience that they're looking for, because we understand that people are busy.
Do you have your own machines or do you use laundromats?
So the great thing is that we're able to contract with several laundromats and dry cleaners in those 3 areas. And so it's kind of like the ghost kitchen type of model, where we use them during those off hours that they're no longer there, so that we have full access to it and we get a reduced pricing as well.
Yeah, that was great. That was one of my questions. I wanted to know, do you get a 2-for-1 if you get your laundry done and your dry cleaning? Do you get a special or a discount on the dry cleaning? And how have you done any cost comparison or data analysis to determine which areas utilize more dry cleaning than any other area because of the market and the professions?
Okay, so as far as the first question, so for new clients for our dry cleaning, because we want the package. So that's where, our sweet spot is that the laundry and the dry cleaning, we get them 10% off. Of course, I'm a military veteran, so for our military veterans and spouses, we give them 10% off as well. And then what was the second question?
Oh, data analysis.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking of a couple of places. I'm thinking of college campuses that provide uniforms, like the U.S. Naval Academy. One of my clients, their uniforms are always pristine.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about that, and I know they have their laundry done for the midshipmen. So you need to look at those
we're
the
poised
West
for
Points and
expansion. Yes.
those type of
Yes.
institutions.
Yes.
Excellent idea.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all, we got our last. Oh, yeah, let's give it up one more time. Let's give it up one more time for. I heard a couple claps. We have our last finalist in the advanced track about to come up. Not your average candles.
All right. Show of hands. Who enjoys candles? All right. Growing up, my mom lit candles every Saturday after we finished cleaning the house. It signified that I was finished with my chores and I could finally relax. Throughout college, as a chemical engineering student, they became my obsession. I would go to Target almost daily for them as a stress reliever. But it wasn't until the pandemic, during my PhD program, when I began to make them, and I realized how many scientific concepts are behind candle making. Melting points of waxes, flash points of fragrance oils, all of this is chemistry, and candles became my chemistry set. I sought out ways to make candles better using science, being meticulous about the components of the candle to address common issues that candle lovers like me and you loathe. Like this. Have you ever bought a candle and it tunnels as it melts so you lose out on a large amount of the wax? Or it didn't quite last as long as you thought it would? Or it's been burning for hours and you can't even smell it? These problems can be addressed using science. And while doing this, I sought to showcase my love of science to the world. So this is not your average candles. We provide candles that illuminate the world of science through fragrance. In the photos before you is our astronomy line. We have 12 different candles on hand that embody the planets, stars, and galaxies, like our solar flare candle on the left that signifies the sun with citrus notes of orange, mango, and papaya. On the inside of our candle, we decided on coconut wax due to its chemical and physical properties. It's a softer wax with a lower melting point than other eco-friendly options. Due to this, our candles are long-lasting with 50 to 60-hour burn times, do not tunnel like our soy wax competitors because less heat is needed to melt the wax evenly, and our fragrance oils bind and release more effectively, meaning you will smell our candles every time. On the outside, each candle label has a QR code that takes you to our website where you can purchase and learn more about the scientific concept behind the candle. So far, we have achieved over $14,000 in revenue with over 450 candles sold. We started through word of mouth we started through friends and family and grew organically through word of mouth marketing. We've achieved over 200 customers, selling direct to consumer online and through marketplaces. We even secured our first distributor through JL Long Traders, a general store in Springfield, Missouri. So over the next year, we plan to extend our reach in the market by fundraising and growing our brand. So with your investment, we can expand our inventory, increasing our candle output, securing a small space for candle operations and storage, and grow our brand and marketing. We plan to target 3 engineering conventions and 12 marketplaces over the next year, targeting 30,000 potential customers. And with your support, we can 7x in revenue by 2025. We plan to be a household name and the premier vendor to the science community when they think of candles. There's no other candle company like ours, and with your support, we can make this vision a reality. So this is our team. We're a bunch of nerds, mostly PhDs, with a love of science and candles. We have a range of STEM engagement, operations, and financial experience to make Not Your Average Candles a success. So join us on our journey to illuminate the world of science through fragrance. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to your questions. First off, I love your restaurant.
Oh, thank you. Your candles smell extremely good.
Thank you.
I can smell the quality in the candles.
Thank you.
I wouldn't say I'm in love with candles as much as you are, but
Thank you.
I do appreciate them. And scents can give me, nauseous or headaches, certain things. Like I don't do plug-ins and all that type of stuff. So smelling this, I didn't get that feeling.
Yes. You know why? Because most of the fragrance oils that you would get from a typical candle are synthetic. So that causes you to have that issue. Yeah.
And this is why I'm so impressed with your presentation and everything that you're doing, because you've taken it to a scientific level, and most people just make candles, So not telling you what you should do, but that should be the focal point of how you market your business, because people are going to appreciate that and you're going to grow. Trust me.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's the overall market for candles right now? Do you have a good sense of, like how many candles are being sold from your competitors or of this type where they come in a container? Yeah.
So the overall candle market is about a $2.3 billion industry. It's $14 billion worldwide, $2.3 billion in the States. 10% of that is tumbler candles, which are ours. So yeah, we have a good little niche that we can tap into, especially because most people don't target the science community when they think of candles. They don't think about the science community when they think of candles. And since I have that connection through me being a part of these engineering organizations, we can tap into a market that hasn't been seen with candles.
I think if I heard you right, you have a $230 million niche market, right?
Said it.
Is that right? Okay. So that's pretty good. And, you're just getting started off in it. Do you have somebody who's just focused on marketing, who's just thinking about, how you can position these things to get the maximum amount of traction from the widest audience? So tell me a little bit about their ideas.
Yeah, so first we want to target those engineering organizations that we have our closest connections to. I used to be a national leader in the National Society of Black Engineers. They have their 50th anniversary coming up in March, and we will be a vendor there. They have about 15,000 people there. So even if we get a fraction of the amount of people there, we can make a significant profit. Also, there's other engineering organizations that have conferences all the time. So we want to be there. But then for the non-science folks, who the marketplaces that are in the area, the marketplaces that are around the country, we want to be at those places. And then be in those, like NASA has a gift shop that we can target. We have some Smithsonian gift shops that we can target. So yeah.
So I'll just give you a quick idea here. Think bigger.
Okay.
Okay. Don't tie this too closely to just science, because you don't know right away what's the overlap between people who love science and people who love candles, right?
Yes.
And so, but remember the space age. You were too young to remember it, but everything was space age. Okay. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and use science as a, sort of a messaging positioning element that, quickly explains the benefits.
Yep.
But that applies to everybody who loves candles at that point.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree. And that's why we chose astronomy too, because that's normally people's introduction into science. So.
Hard to get a word in edgewise here, but how did you come up with the price point?
So the price point was looking at different candles in the with our competitors, the Bath and Body Works, the Yankee candles, and even some of the luxury candles. So the Francois Best Shows, or there's a few other, Harlem. They have a range. It goes from about $15 for a 10-ounce candle to about $50 to $60.
You're selling this for 25?
Yes.
And how did you come to that? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, so we came to that price point by doing an evaluation of the competitors, looking at the amount of wax that we use. We offer 10-ounce waxes, and because of our burn times. So we looked at
What
the
does this
market.
cost you to make?
That costs us about, it depends. It ranges from about $7 to $9 to make.
I'm sorry, I took up too much time.
It's the best smelling candle I've ever smelled.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, so we're near the end of the night, but we still have a few more things to do. We're gonna take the judges to another room for about 15 minutes and do deliberations about the winners from each track. Before we get up and do that, I want to acknowledge that there's a lot of participants from the fall that did not become finalists in the room, and I want everybody to give a round of applause to them. All right, everybody, let's get wrapped up. All right, y'all, let's get our seats so we can announce the winner of each track. All right, everyone, before we announce the three winners, we have these certificates we want to hand out to the non-finalists. We'll call you up by group, and we want to acknowledge the instructors from each of the tracks. The first track we're going to start off with is Concept, and we'd like to invite our instructor, Anjali, up front to hand out these certificates to the finalists from Concept.
First team, we have Peace and Prosperity. And then we have Renova. We have Streamline Smart Sprinkler.
And then could I get Mr. Simon to take a picture of all them? Where's Mr. Simon at? Mr. Steve Simon. Oh, you just got it. I thought you were a student. With their instructor and the judges. Yeah, if you can. All right, give it up for them one last time, one last time. Next up is scale. Next up is scale, and we'll ask Lee Marie, Miss Lee Marie Thompson.
First up, we have Veza Innovations. And then we have Juice Joint. And we have Fully Bloom.
All right, and let's have Mr. Simon get the picture in. All right, let's give it up for the scale track one last time. And then last is advanced. And we'll have the instructor from advanced, Mr. Karam, come down along with the finalists.
We have the laundry basket. Then we have Not Your Average Candles. Then we have Bonjour Waffles.
Exactly right. Thank you, Cass.
All right, let's give it up for him. Let's give it up for him. I'm gonna announce our three winners. Before I announce them, do judges want to have any closing remarks?
I would just like to say that you all are winners because everyone was excellent. And in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to be passionate and you have to be committed. And I saw that from all of you. You all have a very, very bright future ahead of you. And if I can ever help any of you in any way, I'll be more than happy to. Congratulations to everyone.
I don't know how to follow that because that is spot on. Very good. It was very tough decision. All of these things were very, very close. Anybody in any of those categories can make a very successful business. So, just take that away with you here for sure. Keep going on these things. All of them showed a tremendous amount of potential, and I'm sure you're going to find investors. You're going to find new customers. You're going to, find step-by-step ways to get to your goals. So keep picturing that stuff and keep going there.
Running a business isn't easy, and I think I saw commitment from most of you. A business is 24/7. It's not like having an employee where you go home at night. What you do at night is think about your business all day and night. And I think that that's a very important lesson. And I saw a lot of progress in terms of how this is going, and doing it in the three tranches makes it more interesting, but I think more helpful to the people, to each of you in terms of developing your business. And I think that that's a good thing. So good luck.
I would like to say, clearly we have to pick a winner or had to be a winner in each category. But you all are winners. And I can tell you from my experience that you constantly have to improve yourself in this world. And if you have a vision, that's the start. Because if you don't have a vision, you don't have nothing. The idea and the vision is what you need to be successful. And this is for everyone in the room that are not a finalist today, but your passion is your passion. Your dream is your dream. So don't let anyone get this. Don't be discouraged by today. You may not have won today, but tomorrow you will. Congratulations.
All right, can we get a physical drum roll before I announce this concept track winner? And the winner for concept is Renova. All right, Mr. Simon,
right,
getting a picture.
Need a minute. Can I get some students or anybody to help to get some of this food? It's a little hard. I don't want that to be the final photo you have there. That's so thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Most of that was Mr. Galvin's dinner left there. Thank you. Just every last thing there. Thank you. And just thank you so much, Alice. Appreciate it. Upneat, come on in here. Thank you. Mr. Staron, you want to get in here? Who's getting in the show? Okay.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up. All right, while Alice writes the next person's name on this check, because we only have one check to take pictures with, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell a quick story. So the other night I told every participant answer out to them about who the finalists would be. And at 12:30 a.m. I called Mr. Carlos and he answered the phone because I needed to get the spelling of his business name correct. And so I just want to shout him out for answering the phone at 12:30 because that was that was very, very late in the night for me to make a phone call. All right, let's get another drum roll. In the scale track, our winner is Vesa Innovations LLC.
Right in the center. Yeah, there, or that's good. In between. All right.
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry to steal the check out of your hands like that. All right, and now as Alice writes down the final winner from the advanced track, I've run out of stories to tell. I want to thank all participants from the Equity Incubator for being patient with me as I came in a month and a half ago into the program. I had to jump in and build a team and get this moving forward. And I'm glad that we all did this together as a group and we're able to finish. So thank you guys for your patience. All right, let's get one last drum roll. And the winner is Not Your Average Candles.
All right. Let's just right in the center next to Ms. Bernard there. Get him right in the center. Right, let's get you right in the center if we could, the whole group. All right, close enough.
You try.
I tried, you heard that.